Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sune. I am here in the woods, having a grand old time with nature, with Mother Gaia. And yeah, so hello. I hope you're well. If you're not, I hope you're well soon. And welcome to my little message in the woods. You might hear some shaking. I hope it's not too bad, but like my hand doesn't stay straight usually when I'm filming, so that's why I have to put it down on something, but right now I'm holding it, so sorry in advance. But so here we are in the woods. Woo, look at all the pretty lights. And I'm feeling great today. I really am, so I just wanted to make a video and say hello and talk about whatever I want. So hello. You know, over time I'm starting to really realize how thinking can get in my way. I'm like an overthinker, or I've always been my whole life. My brain loves to constantly run and think and problem solve and think about what's next and how to do this and how to do that, or what should I be doing, what's most important. And so it's always been difficult for me to slow down and to just enjoy, being alive. Just the real point being here, right, is to be alive, not do alive. Do you know what I mean? I think someone said once, and I probably said this in another video, that we are human beings, not human doings. So I love that quote. And so I've been trying to do less. And when I do things, I try to put it into things that actually contribute to my life and actually make me happy. So I've had times where I kind of force myself to do things because I think, oh, I have to do this to be this way, to be productive or to be accomplished. But then when I reflect on it, I realize some of the activities that I do make me unhappy, and they really aren't necessary for certain outcomes that I want. So it's kind of evaluating that. I'm oh, I'm spending time doing this, but I don't really enjoy that, or I'm just forcing myself to do it because I think I should be doing it, or because society thinks I should be doing it. Sometimes our priorities can be socialized by society. And, because of that socialization, sometimes it's hard to just sit back and be hey, but what's actually productive and conducive to my life and what I really want to be doing. And I think that takes time, and it takes a willingness to really look inside yourself and to get to know yourself so that you are able to know what you want and what you actually want to go after and what makes you feel good and what doesn't. And to put the time and energy into it, to invest into it. So I have been having some interesting week. I know it's only Wednesday, but I'm talking the past week from last Wednesday or beginning of last week up to now. I've been trying to slow down my brain and to write little lists on a post-it note of the things that I want to do, and then the things that I need to do. So I have my responsibilities of stuff that I actually need to get done, like school or obligations, chores, stuff like that, the important stuff. I have that on one side, and then I have the other stuff on the other side of stuff I just purely want to do, purely enjoy. Something I purely want to learn about, I purely want to enjoy for fun, and put that on the other list. And then kind of just go through the day and pick what feels good to do at different points of the day. And then that's been really helping me to make the most of my days in the ways that are productive for me. So I'm getting the stuff I need to get done, and joyful and enjoyable for me. Because if I can pick those things throughout the day and I do it in a way that is less rushed and less pressured, I can actually enjoy the things I'm doing in a way that is more balanced, if that makes sense. So I found that that is really helpful, just to make a list, like just write down the things. And also another thing that I decided to do is stop making a checklist within the day, unless it's like stuff I really do have to get done. But if like I have something that I don't have to get done for like a week, I put it on a list instead of a checklist. So then I have the list, which just reminds me that I have to do it, but there's no like place where I have to check it that like pressures me to do it. Because I've realized that a lot of times when I put like do this and then have a checklist, it's like putting pressure on myself to do it, to put pressure behind the task rather than just, you know, oh, I have to do that task at some point, that's important to do. Because I have recognized like sometimes it's like you're kind of bashing yourself to do things, and it's like you don't need to do that. You don't need to be like, hey, you need to do that right now or the world's gonna end. When you put so much pressure behind the things that you're doing, you're, number one, you're not gonna want to do them. And number two, it's gonna be stressful to do them. So I found when I try to force myself to do stuff in that way, in like an unhealthy way, force myself in that way, that I avoid it more. Because it's stressful to even think about doing that thing, because I put an expectation on it. Expectation on myself. That if I don't do it, like something bad's gonna happen. You know, it's like that pressure. And, you know, number two, when I actually do go to do it, it's more stressful because I've made it out to be like this horrible task that it has to be done and that I don't actually want to do. So, and the reason, like, I pressure myself because it's something I don't want to do. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, if you can find a way to write these things down, like, on a list in a way that just helps you remember that it is of importance, and to try to block out time when it feels right and you are in the right energy to do it, that's a little bit easier than forcing yourself. Although I understand some people have really busy lives, so they really only have certain amounts of times to get things done. And maybe that's a little bit different, but I still think that you can, you know, write things down, or at least communicate to yourself in a way that is less pressured, and less abusive. Is that a way to put that? Like, because it's like, okay, imagine there's a person, right? I don't know how to explain this. I do not explain it, but bear with me. So imagine that you are one person and there's another person. Wow, crazy. There's another person and you're a person. Wonder how that works. So there's a person there and you're just, they have to do something, they have to clean something in the house, like they have a chore or whatever, and you're like, go do that chore. And they're like, but I don't want to do it now because you told me to do it. Like, it's kind of the same thing with yourself. Like, you know, when you're doing something and then someone tells you, like, make sure you do that, and then you're like, well, now I don't want to do it because you told me to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that can happen with ourselves too. Like, if we tell ourselves, you have to do that right now in this way, then it makes you not want to do it because you're putting all this pressure, this negative energy into it, and it's like it repels your desire to do it. And I think that there are better ways to reframe that so that you actually do the things you want to do in a way that isn't extremely stressful every time, you know? So I've been trying to learn how to do that, and it starts with the way I write things down on my checklists and the way that I word things and communicate with myself about those things. And so that's really helped me to create more balance in the way that I do things and in how I spend my time. And even this, like, me being out here right now, I put this on my checklist, go on a nature walk. And I wanted to do that since like yesterday, and I just was pressuring myself to do something else. I was like, no, you know what? I'm just going to write it on the list. And tomorrow I'm going to pick those things that I really want to do, that I desire, and I'm just going to do them when it feels right in the day to do it. And that's what I did. And so now I'm here at the time that I feel I want to do this activity, and it's enjoyable. And I didn't even plan to make a video when I came out here. I was just going to take pictures of stuff and walk around. But even now, being out here, I was inspired and I was like, hey, maybe I'll make a video about how I've been living my life right now. So it's just easier to find desire and joy in the things you do when you can find better ways to talk to yourself and better ways to essentially provide a perspective on how you're going to do things, on how you're going to live. I don't know what that noise was, but wind. That's crazy. I feel like I'm hearing an animal right now, but I don't know where that's coming from. I am in the middle of the woods, so there's something here. I don't know where it is or what it's doing, but it's meant to be here, and I'm the one that's not. Okay, no, I'm supposed to be here. I'm part of the earth, whatever. I'm meant to be here. But yeah. So, yeah. I think that was just my message for today. Like, it's nothing crazy. I just was sitting out here, I was like, hey, maybe I'll just say hello, say some things, and post it. So that's what I'm going to do. And I hope you're having a great day. If you're not, I hope you're having a great day soon. Or I hope you're well soon. I hope you're well. If you're not, I hope you're well soon. I said that a lot differently. Okay. I'm gonna go, but really, I hope you guys are well. And if you're not, I hope you're well soon. Bye.